Listen up, all of you. The big crystal that Mina wants.
Well, we had some technical difficulties last time, unfortunately. And unfortunately, that meant some certain cutscenes getting lost, which was more annoying for me than I think it was for most of you. You also missed character creation, which I doubt you particularly care about, and tutorials, how exciting those were, I'm sure. So, not much really went terribly wrong, actually, I suppose. We basically just cut out the stuff you guys didn't want to see anyways. So we're going to get straight to the fun stuff with the Tom-Toms. I should probably actually give this series a proper introduction now, since it's going under a different name from my Super playthrough. This is a 100% stealth playthrough of the Tom-Toms in this game. Or at least as close as you can get, and we are dressed accordingly. We're all camouflaged and the like. But that having been said, the idea here is we are going to... Why do you name him Rico? But anyways, the idea is we are going to make everything as stealthy as possible, which is not always 100% stealthy, but it's usually reasonably close. We're basically playing on Dishonored rules. No enemy can spot me. An enemy may become suspicious, but if it's something that would qualify for a ghost rank in Dishonored, it's good enough for me. So I am not going to attack anybody. Or at the very least, I'm not going to be knocking anybody out. Anything that they would notice me doing, I will not do. Or anything that would alternatively bring bodily harm to them, I will not be doing. I'll be nice to all the cats, at least when I have a choice. There's a very small number of situations in this game where you actually cannot avoid, at least not to my knowledge, without bugging out the game. You cannot avoid harming somebody in some way. However, this level is not one of those levels where you are forced to harm anybody, so things should be pretty smooth sailing in the first level. Aside from the fact that we have so many points in this level where we just got stopped dead on our tracks after a few seconds of gameplay. Although that applies to most of the Tom-Tom levels. Oh, Robbie. Okay. Ah, the beautiful high-resolution texture on that wood. Yes, thanks for letting me know. Huh. Wait, can you grow onto these? Doesn't look like you can. Wait, what? Looks like these lasers are different from what I usually remember them being. That's really weirding me out. Yeah, I know. But I played through this level like 20 minutes ago. And it was different, I assure you. I crawled through this part. What happened? Okay. Well, now I'm getting weirded out. Anyways. Yes, thank you, Chino. By the way, his name is pronounced Chino, not Sino. That was in fact a mistake I had made, calling him Sino in the past. So, one of the most wonderful tools as a stealthy Tom-Tom is the slingshot, as it is a good way of... Yes, I know, dude. It's in fact a very effective way of dealing with enemies without them actually noticing, and without actually bringing permanent harm to them. They just fall asleep for a little bit, and by a little bit I mean a very, very little bit. Also, the dialogue bugs out a bit right here if you actually pick up the key first. This is Rico. Okay. So, I'll be using a slingshot in a few situations when possible. There are a few limitations to it, though, which I will happily expound upon as time goes on. Don't need a Pig 38 for any reason. Hooray! Well, there's an implication there that they have time grenades of variety other than pause. Yeah. I wonder if there are time grenades other than pause in the BLiNX universe. I always thought the architecture of this place was a little interesting compared to that of the half and half world. It's very similar in a large number of ways. And you also see the lamps. Well, you see lamps that are very similar in design to the lamps in Times Square in BLiNX 64 in the first game. Alright. So we've been kind of slow so far. Hopefully that won't be... Hopefully that's not going to make Carlos angry with us. Please! Hugo, do you just not have anybody to talk to? Other than me? I might as well. Okay, I know, Hugo. I just wanted to hurry there, because I know that text box there, Hugo talking to you, can be really annoying. I know! Because it can make you miss your chance to get past that sweeper. Here's a game mechanic they never use again. Shooting out lights. Lights that are for some reason blue, in this case. Unlike any other lights in this area. It's worse than a shot. Now then. Yes, it is. I agree. All the recurring structures seem kind of odd. It's kind of weird to me. You don't really get a good feel for that exterior of the Time Factory anywhere in any of the BLiNX games. Even though you're on the exterior right here. It just feels really disconnected from what you see everywhere else in the game. In this one level. Alright, so now we get to the one part that is one of the two parts that's actually frustrating in this level, I have to admit. Because this part, there are things that are just difficult to account for. Namely, there are so many sweepers up here. Yes, I know. But you don't have as much cover as you would think up here. Okay, so some things popped up and I actually had to scrap my first attempt at this because I had to get up and leave, which also unfortunately messed up my time, which makes me sad, because I was looking forward to getting a good ranking on this from Carlos. I actually just, well, I'll talk more about rankings when that becomes relevant later, but I want to wait a little bit here, not too long, because there's that sweeper. It's now pretty much looking in my general direction. There we go. I didn't want to see me. But I have to explain this all a second time. See, I have practiced this now. I've rehearsed it after having done it a few minutes ago before I had to leave and scrap the recording. You follow very strict set of movements and not have anybody notice you here at all, actually. But the thing is, when I say strict, it's pretty strict. Like, you need to be really aware of where everybody is in this one particular part, which seems strangely difficult for the first level. In fact, I don't really feel there's any part that of the game that gets that close to Slot Frustrations, this one part of the level. I imagine it, so whatever. Yes, thank you, Chino. For some reason, Chino tells you about that particular item that instantly pick it up instead of when you hover over it. I thought that was odd. I don't really have a ton of use for money, but I'll pick it up if I can. So I think it's becoming apparent that it's pretty necessary to employ the slingshot at times in this game, which is fine because thankfully it doesn't actually harm anybody in any way. So it still works under our rules. Rico, be quiet. And now more dialogue. Wait, so why is there just a giant hole in the ceiling here anyways? I never really thought about that. Isn't that just kind of random? Like, the camera even pans up to it. As if there's actually something you want to see there. As if it's of some significance. No, that hole's just there. No particular reason. And not something we're going to use because they would very much notice getting spit out somewhere else. They just won't do anything to us. All goes smoothly. Okay, so I said that there are actually 2 difficult bits to this level. The last part of this level is a bit weird if you're trying to not get spotted at all. I will admit. I've never had it go completely smoothly, actually. Also, that's a beautiful screenshot of a or of a guard sweeper right there. Now, the game tells you it's a sticky situation from the beginning. It's not. In fact, I don't know if you even need to knock out that sweeper. You might be able to just walk right behind him. I haven't tried. But the difficult part is actually getting out. We'll get to that in a minute. Thankfully I have more pause grenades. We'll complain about that. Come on, dude. And loot. Yeah, so the game expects you to use force in some capacity to get out, apparently, which is weird since you don't actually have weapons. Well, no, I guess you might have a Big 38 and a Grand Slam. But there's some pains here. Whoa, there's that guard sweeper there for one. I totally forgot about him, actually. It's kind of bad. I'm gonna lay low for a moment here. I don't need that guy seeing me. I totally forgot about that guy. But notice these walls here. These walls are really low walls, as in so low that if you jump out of a portal behind them, the sweepers will actually notice. Can't go out on this side here, can you? Because no, you can't. Because your head will pop out. Come on. I don't know where that other sweeper is. That one that I totally forgot about. Like, I haven't encountered him ever in my practice runs of this place. Screw off. I hate you. Now, I admit, I'm actually ludicrously frustrated right now because all of a sudden I'm getting seen in places that I've never been seen at before. By sweepers I don't remember being there before. And when I see that, I mean, I had literally just played through this level less than half an hour ago, and I never had these enemies to deal with. Like, the one that nearly saw me just now, I've never seen that sweeper there. It's because I'm playing this on hard, isn't it? Oh. Crap, I've been practicing on a save file that's on easy. Huh, so here's one way to document the difference between easy and hard mode in this game. Okay. So, I'm gonna need to work out a new strategy for rehearsing these levels before I record them. Huh. So that's why everything seems to be harder all of a sudden. That having been said. So let's try to improvise. Just gonna have to improvise the way through here then. Which is a grand joy, I'm sure. So I have one idea. I don't know how far I can throw this thing. I'm also getting seen from places I haven't been seen at before, so I don't know if enemies actually are more predisposed towards seeing you on hard mode or not. It's very unfortunate, though. So, that realization aside, I'm wondering if I can also do like a bank shot over there. Yes, I know it's open, dude. Oh, that's not where I want it to be at all. Look at that. So, you need some patience if you're trying to figure out a new strategy, at least. You don't need to be, well, you still want to be patient, I guess, but if you know what you're doing, it can be pretty swift. What? Don't you even pretend you saw me.
Nothing here.
Oh crap, I can actually use another. Ah! I have to be cheap then. So, periscope. It's basically the cheapest thing you can do, because enemies still actually notice you pretty often when you're using this thing, the subspace dive. But they won't actually start going after you. The thing was, I couldn't use my other teleport because I need that to get through here. So, a bumpy first level, which disappoints me greatly, but it was a lesson learned. Is hey, there's actually some notable difference between playing this game on its different difficulties. So that's the first mission of this place, the Tom Toms. Not what I intended for it to be. I kind of wish I got on recording my playthrough just half an hour ago, because that actually managed to get me a rank that I've never seen before, but darn it, we're not actually at the rank screen yet, so I'm not going to talk about that as much until then.
The Tom radar is finished.
Yes, it is, Gino.
Fragment is nearby. We'll see it on the radar screen.
Silence. Beautiful, beautiful silence. I always thought that was really strange what they did here. It's as if they had intended to have something more, but just didn't.
Now we'll know where the big crystal fragments are. Look, it's responding already. Move out.
But I will get to some different rules for when we actually absolutely have to take out enemies, namely in battles like this one. So first thing to do is try to be stealthy if I can. Of course, I'm still attacking enemies. I still have to get rid of them. But if I can, I'm going to try to tell any team, go over here and then just wait. Oh crap. Yeah, I don't think there's really any place I can put these guys where they won't get noticed at all. Oh, come on, dude. Great. Can I push him? No, I can't. One of my rules is to not use actual, like, force, no weapons or punching. I use nothing but traps. Still didn't see me. Hey! Ow! Okay. And come on, some trap somewhere. I just switched. Basically, so what I'm doing right now is I played one level on easy or on normal, and then, well, no, I played one level on easy, and then I switched over to the same level on normal. I'm just now noticing what the differences are. I believe you also get fewer space controls at a time. Like, I think I usually got 4 black holes and 4 of the other deals.
Where'd he go? There's one.
So it's different. So that lesson will be learned. So as the Tauntaums at least, more enemies appear. Enemies seem to be a lot more predisposed towards noticing you in general. And you get fewer space controls at a time. That's interesting. In that case, I hate to start off a series, especially a challenge playthrough with a mediocre run, but I guess at least showed off something interesting.
Give that back now.
I don't know, and
But I can assure you that I have actually... Why is he sliding? Oh, he disappeared. I can assure you I will be getting through all the other levels without having to do multiple attempts at everything. Attempts that will be cut out, of course, but still. Anyways, so I wanted to talk about rankings a little bit here. So I'm probably just going to get Dead Man Walking or whatever it's called on this one for having died a ton. Oh, what? You can tell me. Lightning Rod, yeah. I got killed a lot. For the first... I will say this, though. Half an hour ago, for the first time ever, I never even knew that this rank existed. After completing this level pretty quickly, and without anybody spotting me in particular, more specifically, nobody spotted me, never had to... I never died, I didn't use any checkpoints or anything like that. I got to the level at a decent speed. I actually managed to get a ranking, what was it? Peerless Pilferer. And the description for that was, you're the thief of the century. So, one of my secondary goals in playing this way with the Tauntaums is seeing what different ranks you can get by actually playing well. So, how about we do better next time and actually get something interesting? Because there are lots of ranks that I just never knew existed. And I'm happy to see more if I can. Anyways, that will have to be it for this episode. Let's play BLiNX 2 as Stealthy Tauntaums, I guess. I don't really have a title for this series in my mind yet, actually. Just now realized. Well, take a short break. Being cats in first person. Then we'll get back to this and things get better. I do know! I do assure you. Probably. Unless things are changed in ways I don't know about, which might be true now, actually. I'll try to do a better job in Destiny runs. Oh dear. Next one might be better, maybe.
What happens when we finish gathering the big crystal fragments?
I'm not sure. Maybe the boss knows. Boss! Boss!
Boss! Boss! Boss!
Boss!
Care to give us a nice little outro, Benito?
I had a dream about Mina.
Thanks.
This is exactly what she looks like. Send this to the search team immediately.